All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Bungie has stopped giving the world's first team all of the raid exotic. I think because of cheaters. I could be wrong, but I think it's because of the cheating epidemic. Now, let me cover this entire story from the beginning, all right, in chronological order. There's been a ton of raid races. Obviously, from the start, we had Vault of Glass, Crota's End, King's Fall, we had Wrath of the Machine, so on and so forth, Leviathan. We've had many, many raid races. But it started with The Last Wish. Bungie started doing something very different. The team that got World's First was given a very special prize, not just the World's First belt, but the raid exotic that dropped only from the raid boss. Every single member, all 6 members of the fire team, would be given the exotic. Now, this gave everyone a huge incentive to want to beat the raid World's First, especially because, like, wow, you and your entire fire team get the exotic. That was really cool. And we had The Last Wish. This was the first time this happened. Redeem, all 6 of them receive 1,000 voices. And obviously, if you remember after that, the RNG for getting 1,000 voices was insane. So definitely made people want more and more to get World's First, of course, which was a cool incentive. And personally, I like it. Let me know in the comment section below if you knew about this or if you were ever intrigued with, getting World's First or seeing who gets World's First to see if they get that exotic. Next up, we had Scourge of the Past, which had the Anarchy exotic grenade launcher, which, of course, is one of the most powerful exotic grenade launchers in the game currently. We had Tier 1, got that raid beat first in the world. All 6 of them get the Anarchy grenade launcher on day 1. And then next up, we have the Crown of Sorrow. And the world's first team was Esoteric's team, and Dado's team was so close. They were second, and this is where things got really weird and really tricky. And maybe this was the reason why Bungie stopped doing this. I don't know. But the Taraba exotic SMG dropped both to the entirety of the world's first team and to the entirety of the world's second team, which lets us think and lets us realize that the way it works is that Bungie is flipping a switch inside the studio. They are saying everyone that beats the raid at all right now gets the exotic. And then once they find out who's world's first, then they flip the switch and turn it off. But they didn't flip the switch fast enough, and they gave the world's first and the world's second team all the exotic. And from that, I believe Dado actually even deleted the exotic because he felt like he didn't properly earn it. So keep that in mind. And, it's definitely a big blooper on Bungie's part. And it sucks that that happened because it makes things really, really weird, right? Tarabot really wasn't that much of a sought after weapon in the end anyways, but it was the exclusive raid exotic and the world's first team did get it. And that was the way things worked. After that point in time, we never really saw things go like that, though. Maybe Bungie didn't like that mishap with the Tarabot dropping for a first and second team, but I'm starting to think that it had to do with the cheaters, okay? Because these cheaters, they can get world's first, and Bungie likes to vet and clear things out, and you can see these things that they're capable of, right? You've seen, I showed you these in the past. Cheaters are out there firing infinite xenophage at like 100 times its normal fire rate. They can blow through any raid boss. They can blow through any encounter. They can fly across the map. They can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hard for cheaters to get world's first. And if cheaters were to go into the raid, any current raid in the last few raids, which there have been cheaters that have been going into it, they would all get the exotic. I mean, every cheater going into the raid would be rewarded with the exotic. And I think that Bungie knew that, and I think that's why this has stopped. And it's really sad to see because the cheaters are not only ruining Trials of Osiris, they're ruining the PvE for all of us, okay? Which is even more of an incentive that I want to talk about, which in regards to the anti-cheat, but I'm going to save that for another video, okay? We're not going to talk about the anti-cheat in this video, I promise. We're going to stick to the raid exotics, right? We had the Crown of Sorrow, the Taraba. Next up, we had the Garden, which had the Divinity Trace Rifle. Now, that was obviously through a quest, so was that Bungie's desire to not make it drop from the raid boss and to make it from a quest instead? Why did they go that route? I wonder why they did that with Garden of Salvation. I still don't entirely know. But nonetheless, the next raid that would come up would be the Deepstone Crypt, which we have Eyes of Tomorrow, exotic rocket launcher, super impressive damage output from this weapon. The world's first team, do all 6 of them get it? No. Bungie doesn't go that route anymore. There's no quest to get it. It's not like the Garden of Salvation. Did Bungie just forget about this? Did Bungie just stop doing it? What was the incentive? What was the reason why? That's what I wonder. And it's something that I don't think anyone has really brought up yet. And then lastly, we come to the Vault of Glass. The last raid that we've just done, the Vex Mythoclast drops from Atheon. It's not a quest or something you have to do like the Divinity and Garden of Salvation. It's just a drop, as always, as before. The world's first team beats it. The world's first team is not all awarded the Vex Mythoclast. Bungie doesn't do this anymore. Bungie doesn't give exotics to the world's first team anymore. And I think the reason is because of cheaters. I think that cheaters would get, well, there would be dozens of teams of cheaters that would just beat the raid before any normal person could because they can blow through all mechanics. And they would all get this Vex Mythoclast. And obviously, you don't want to reward the cheaters with the new exotic. I mean, could you imagine a cheater getting the Vex Mythoclast before everyone else, and then taking it into PvP and cheating with it, flying in the sky and shit like that? Like, that would just be ridiculous, right? That would be super ridiculous. So let me know in the comment section below. Do you agree with Bungie's decision to stop giving out this exotic to keep it out of the hands of cheaters? Do you think that I'm right in my assessment of the reason why Bungie is doing this? I mean, the timeline almost fits too perfectly, right? They stopped doing this right around the time that everything went Steam free to play and the cheater situation became really, really prevalent. So I'm starting to think that's the reason why. And I'm definitely sad because I thought it was a really cool incentive, but I also kind of understand because I don't really want to get shot by a Vex Mythoclast by all the cheaters in Trials of Osiris. So that's a wrap on this video, though. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.